How's it going, guys? My name's Oliver. In today's video, we'll be talking about niching down. So how to pick a niche for your business. I'll be going through a couple of points. So I'll be explaining what's a niche, why you should pick one, how I would go about picking a new niche for a new business, and also the best way to learn about the niche. So what exactly do you need to learn so that you can classify yourself as an expert in that field? So what is a niche? A niche is basically a segment of the market that you decide to specialize in with your business. It's your way of narrowing the market and narrowing your services to a specific group of people. So an example of a niche would be, I only work with dentists. I only work with real estate agents. I only work with gym owners, like stuff like that. Those are niches. A niche can also be a type of, if you're doing door-to-door knocking, which I suggest, a niche could be a type of home or a type of neighborhood that you specialize in. So it might be higher end. So let's say if you're selling car cleaning services, you might only hit higher end neighborhoods. Or if you're doing window cleaning like I am, I was only hitting 2-story homes. So that was my niche, my specialty. So why do we want to niche down? When you niche down, you basically become an expert in that field. So let's say you're offering marketing services. If you only offer your services to, let's say, gym owners, let's say that's your niche, automatically when a gym owner is going to see your business, they'll understand that you're an expert when it comes to working with gym owners. So they're going to be more inclined to work with you. And also, they'll be more inclined to pay more because they know that you know what you're talking about because you work with gym owners. So if you take a scenario where there's, let's say, two businesses, two agencies. The first one, they work with absolutely everyone. So they do, let's say, Google ads for gym owners, dentists, lawyers, real estate agents. They work with absolutely everyone. And then there's another agency. They focus on Google ads and they only work with gym owners. That's the only thing they do. Who do you think a gym owner who's looking for someone to run their ads is more likely to work with? The person who's working with 20 different types of businesses, or the owner that's specifically working with only gyms? Obviously, as a gym owner, you're going to be more inclined to work with the agency that specializes in gym owners because they understand the market. They understand the lingo. They understand what type of ads run better. So they're more specialized in the service. They know what works and what doesn't because they've already worked with previous gym owners. Whereas the other agency, they might know what works well with real estate agents, but when it comes to gym owners, they might have no idea what they're doing because they don't know what type of offer to give. They don't know the key metrics. So how much does it cost to get a new client? How long does a client stay with the business on average? Like stuff like that. They have no idea what they're talking about. So that's why you want to niche down, to set yourself apart from different businesses so that when that specific business is looking for your service, they're going to be more inclined to work with you. And another reason why you want to niche down is because that specific owner of your niche, they understand the value that you're bringing. They understand that you're a specialist. You know what you're talking about. They're going to be more willing to pay more to work with you. That's just how it works. Because think of it, imagine you go on a website and you see this guy, he has 20 case studies with 20 different gyms. He brought them good results. Their whole service is geared towards gyms. So their website, their description, their logo, their clients, their case studies, like everything is related to gyms. Obviously, as a gym owner, you're gonna want to work with that person. And because of that, you're going to be willing to pay more money, which is why you want to niche down. Now, one thing that I often hear is people will say, yeah, it's all nice to niche down, but I'm limiting myself to the amount of clients I can get, which is true. However, as a specialist, you should be able to close more people. It should be easier for you to get more customers. And honestly, that excuse is kind of bullshit because let's say if you do gyms, how many gyms do you think there are in this world? Like just in the States, there's a shit ton of gyms. Add Canada, add Europe, like there's gyms everywhere. So you're not gonna miss out on the market. Okay, so whatever niche you pick, there's enough businesses for you to make money from it. So now that you understand that we have to pick a niche when we start a business, now I'm gonna talk about how I suggest you guys to pick yours. Many people struggle with this, and it's mostly because they jump around from one niche to another. One day they'll say, okay, I'm working with lawyers. And after 2 weeks, they see that they aren't able to sign any clients. They'll be like, oh, this niche is too saturated. I'm going to switch. I'm going to work with gym owners now. And they keep doing that every couple of weeks, like every couple of months. You have to double down on your niche and you focus on that. You don't stop. You cannot jump around from one niche to another. So what I suggest, pick a niche that you already have an interest in. So let's say you already work out every day and you know the basics about gyms, like how many people come in, how much they charge on average, how long they stay. In that case, it'd be a good idea to be with gym owners. So now you can try that market. And honestly, in the first 6 months, the first year, something might happen. You might get a referral to, let's say, a dentist, and you end up signing the dentist instead. Well, in that case, you can kind of shift your niche towards that field. That's what happened to me. I started with one niche. I worked with that client. I got a referral for a completely different client. And back then, I was like, screw niches, I'll work with everyone. That's more money for me. So I worked with the other person and ended up getting a lot better results for that specific niche. So I understood what worked and what didn't. So when he gave me a referral to another business that was in the same niche, I could basically copy paste exactly what I did with the first client. So that's when I understood. I'm like, okay, so if I only work with that specific niche, I know exactly what to do. I know I can bring them clients, and I can offer them guarantees in my offer. So I can say, look, if you work with me, I guarantee I'll bring you 20 new clients every month. And I know I can do that because I've done it with other types of businesses that are in the same niche. So you become a specialist, you become an expert. That's what I'm trying to explain. So after you picked a niche, how do you go about learning it? Like, what exactly do I do? First, you want to learn the market in general. So let's say you work with real estate agents. How do I become a realtor? How many homes does a real estate agent sell on average per year, per month? What's the average commission on a home? How long does it take on average to sell a home? How many house visits do they need to actually sell the house? So there's a bunch of little things you have to learn, just the basics of running that business. How does it work? How does it operate? How many new signups does this gym have per month on average? You want to learn the basics of the market. How does it function? How does it work? And you can easily do that by watching videos, doing your research on Google. Afterwards, once you understand the basic business model, how it works, now you want to start learning the metrics. So all the numbers that are related to that business. How much does a gym make on average? How much does it cost to open a gym? How much is a customer normally worth to a gym? What's the lifetime value? How much does that business spend on average on marketing? Like, you want to learn the numbers of the business so you can kind of gauge how much you should charge, how much it's going to cost to get a new client if you're doing marketing. But if you're doing something else, it's going to be the same thing. So if you're doing content creation, you still want to understand the metrics of, okay, how often do gyms normally post videos? What type of videos do they post? Is it video form or written form? Do cookbooks, like, should I post workouts? Like, you have to learn everything, what works and what doesn't work in that market, so you can get a base knowledge of your niche. Once you've learned the basics of the business and the numbers, now you want to specifically learn how to deliver your service to that specific niche. So let's say you're running Facebook ads. How do I run Facebook ads for gym owners? How do I run Google ads for plumbers? How do I do email marketing for real estate agents? You want to learn specific service to a specific market so you can combine the both together. And that's basically how you learn a niche. And that's another thing that's important as well. I talked a lot about picking a specific niche, so picking a specific market, but you also want to pick a specific service to deliver, because that makes you even more of a specialist. Now, I don't do marketing for gym owners. I run Google ads for gym owners. So when that gym owner is looking for someone to run Google ads, again, if they're comparing two agencies that are specialized in gym owners, this one does all sorts of marketing. This one focuses on Google ads. And that gym owner is looking for, they're looking for someone to run their Google ads. Who are they going to work with? The person who's specialized in Google ads. So the more you niche down in every aspect of the business, the better it is. The more you'll be able to charge, because you'll be seen as an expert. Simple as that. So yeah, that's going to be all for today's video. Pick a niche, do your research. It's not going to take a crazy amount of time to do your research, like max a week, a couple of days if you're really focused on it, but it's worth it, because afterwards, when you go into meetings and stuff like that, and the client starts asking you questions, you can easily understand their lingo and use kind of their terminologies. Let's say for me, I used to work with plumbers doing Google ads. If you just say, yeah, I'll do Google ads, I'll get you a couple of clients. I don't really know how many, but I'll get you clients. Like, it doesn't sound very convincing. Whereas if you did your research and you kind of know what you're talking about, you can go into a meeting and say, look, I know I can get you 50 new clients every month by running Google ads, more specifically drain cleaning services. I know those work the best because all of our previous plumbers, they've seen the best results with that type of service that's been offered in the ads, or whatever, like whatever you're doing. You can specifically talk about what works and what doesn't work. And when you use words like drain cleaning and HVAC and stuff like that, people are like, oh, okay, he actually understands like what type of services that I offer. So learn the lingo, learn the types of services they offer, so that afterward you can more specialize your business towards that. So yeah, that's gonna be all for today's video. Pick a niche, stick to it, become a specialist, and you will get more clients for your business.